Hey, it is Tuesday night, and that means it's time for Bobcats Turf Talk. We're here at Circuit World in East LJ every Tuesday night at 7. You can find us here on fyntv.com. We want to thank Shane's Rib Shack for providing the meal for the players and the coach. We have with us tonight head coach Casey Wingard of the Gilmer Bobcats. Also, the offensive line coach Dennis Wilson. Our guests tonight, players Kel Kiker, Austin Lacey, Levi Seabolt, and Greg Engler. Those are our guests tonight. Friday night, I think everybody knows, Friday night, 7:30 at Huff Mosley, the Gilmer Bobcats will be hosting the Pickens Dragons. It is Quad A Region 6 football. It is fall, perfect time of the year. Let me go over a couple facts about this upcoming region game, this rivalry. This will be the 58th meeting between the two schools. Gilmer leads the series 35-22 with one tie, with Pickens winning the last two games. Pickens is 1-3 on the season, averaging 24 points a game. Gilmer is 0-5, averaging 12.6 points a game. That won't mean anything come Friday night, folks. It's region football. It is rivalry football. Hey, I just told you there's been 58 meetings. Nothing will mean anything except 7:30 Friday night. That won't mean anything. Rivalry games are always tricky. Both teams desperately need a win. This is the first region game of the season for Pickens, and Gilmer is looking for its first win to get on track in the region. So there's a couple of details before we start. Gilmer's coming off the first region game against Heritage off a loss 31-13. Let me just go over real quick, Coach, before we get started, some details on the region for last week. The Heritage is 1-0, Southeast Whitfield is 1-0, Ridgeland is 1-0, Lafayette is 0-1, Gilmer's 0-1, Northwest Whitfield is 0-1. Pickens is having their first region game. This past week, Southeast Whitfield County over Lafayette 24-21. Ridgeland was over 48-42 over Northwest Whitfield, and Heritage 31-13 over Gilmer. This upcoming week, you have Pickens Gilmer, and also Southeast Whitfield County will be playing Heritage, and Lafayette will be playing Northwest Whitfield, and Ridgeland will have a bye week. Coach Wingard, thanks for being here. Coach Wilson, Kel, and Mr. Lacey. A couple things. Region football. I want to start with both of these young men. You guys have played in this game against Pickens. You played in this. The reality is, you guys are 0-5, but when Pickens comes to town, everything is out the window. It's time to play football. What's it like playing this rivalry game?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be an intense game. Everybody's looking forward to this game, so I'm excited to see how. I feel like everybody's going to be way more pumped for this game too.
What's it like playing a game like this, Austin?
It's more intense, like being out on the field, and I think people in the stands can see that.
This, what's the difference you've seen in the players, Coach? You've seen in the players from the first of the year to now. Bring us up from the first of the year, the difference you've seen in the players up to now, going into week 6.
I think the difference on the field through practice Monday through Thursday has really been the speed of the game, running from drill to drill transfer, learning something in a drill, whether it's individual drills or team concepts, 7-on-7 or inside. I think putting it all together and watching the kids hustle from drill to drill, start running more and picking each other up, and kind of you see leaders start emerging on the team, carrying other people, and then when they start doing it, the whole team's going to be infected by it. And I think that's one of the things we talked about as coaches that we've noticed just from the first week till now, just the speed of the game, and they know what's expected, nothing's new to them, so the transition is a lot better, and we can get max reps in.
Well, it's important that the players buy in to what you're doing as coaches, correct?
Yes.
Do you feel that's coming along? Are the players buying in? Is that something that you still have to work on, or where do you feel you're at with that with the team?
I feel like they have bought in 100% because they show up, and it's not easy practice. It's not something easy that everybody can do. They are special. They're out there every day after school. They're bought in. They're there to get better, and we're going to push them to make them better. So with that, I think all the kids are bought in we have on the team. We just have to coach them up, put them in the right position, make them in the right position to be successful. So with all that, I think they're bought in and coming together nicely.
Coach Wilson, offensive line, with some of the adjustments throughout the year, now getting into region play, how do you feel the offensive line is coming together with what you're seeing, some of the guys that you've had to put in place, maybe make some adjustments? What are you seeing on your offensive line?
I see the offensive line coming together faster than what it was. It's kind of, for me to get back in swinging things after coaching tight ends last year, and now it's back to the offensive line, getting the kids doing what I'm used to them to do and the way I do things and stuff like that, and then understanding what to do. The seniors know what to do. They know what is expected with each drill. If I just hurry up and throw it out there, they know what's getting ready to happen. It's pop, pop, pop. It's quick. It's fast. And I want it violent. We've got to be violent. That's what I know. That's why we're going to play football. Fast and violent.
Coach Wingard, what are some of the biggest challenges that you're practicing for this week that you're going to see in this upcoming game? What are some of the challenges that are ahead of you Friday night?
Basically just getting in the right position. Defense and offense, our biggest challenge is not the motivation's there, of course, being a rival game, but I'm telling our kids, stay even kill with this. Yes, it's good to get up, but again, stay as even kill as you can through everything. But for this week, it's just lining up in the right position, lining up in the right technique, and then executing that. Just like, with every game, that's going to be the fundamental basis of the team, is being able to line up and being able to execute. And so that's what we've been focusing on this week because, with Murphy and with Heritage Catoosa, we had a couple of breakdowns with that, individual breakdowns and even whole team concept breakdowns. And I think the more we get in the swing of things and the more we have time practicing it, it'll be a lot better.
Kel, both of you, answer your own way here. The adjustments that have been made since the beginning of the year, some guys now playing both sides of the ball, playing in some new positions they haven't played. Are you seeing things come together? What are you seeing on your side of the ball? What are you seeing week in, week out? And do you feel you guys are buying into what Coach Wingard is presenting to you in practice?
Yeah, I think people are buying in a whole lot more than what they were. And practices are a little more exciting, I guess. Everybody's ready to be down there and get their work done. It seems like more now than it was.
What about you, Austin?
I think people are buying in and moving people to where they need to be instead of playing one side. Now they're playing both, and we filled some spots that we were weak in.
Older guys that have played in this game, are you guys taking some leadership roles? Who's taking some leadership roles? Because, when you're out there on the field, you got to bring the younger guys up to a rivalry game. And I would say one of the number one things is keeping your head in it. Emotion, you got to play with emotion, but keeping your head in it. So what are you guys doing on the field to bring some of the younger guys around, keeping their head in the game and keeping them pumped up with a good attitude?
I mean, today, we were giving one of our nose guards, we were trying to pump them up so we give our center a little better look. And everybody's been chanting, it's Pickens week. So that kind of gets everybody a little excited.
We're going to take a brief break. I'm your host. You're watching FYN TV, and this is Gilmer Bobcats Turf Talk over here at Circuit World in East LJ. Again, we want to thank Shane's Rib Shack for the meal tonight, and we'll be back after these brief messages.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
Hello, America. The first ever $5 flavor menu is here, and it's a game changer. For just $5 each, you can get a medium one-topping pizza, Wing Street Wings, a Hershey's cookie, and your other Hut favorites. A Pizza Hut pizza for just $5. It's the ultimate crowd pleaser. How are you feeling, crowd?
Very pleased, thank you.
We do what we can here.
$5 for a Pizza Hut pizza. How can we not be pleased?
Good crowd today.
The $5 flavor menu, America's best pizza deal, only at Pizza Hut.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching FYNTV.com. We're at Circuit World in East Ellijay, and you're watching Bobcats, Gilmer Bobcats Turf Talk. I'm here with head coach Casey Wingard, offensive coordinator Dennis Wilson. Our guest on the couch now is Levi Seabolt and Greg Engler. Glad to have you guys. Coach, let me ask you a question, and I can only go at it at this direction. Even though the team has lost five games, they seem to never stop fighting. Okay, they seem to never stop fighting, even when they're down. Example: they scored 2 touchdowns in the second half when they were down by 31 at Heritage.
That's right.
My question to you, after a couple weeks of head coach with this team, do you think the team has created an identity that you all have created identity for the team? Has this team finally come into its identity for the year?
I think it has, with the aspect of it's going to grow from that identity. A couple weeks ago, what I've been preaching to our kids is 0-5. That doesn't give us justice to really what our team is. I think we have a great football team. I think we have a winning football team. Getting them to buy in, believe in that, they're doing a phenomenal job of that, and you can see it at practice, and you can see it in the games. And I even told them, in the meetings, if we put that first, second quarter of Murphy, and that third and fourth quarter of Heritage Tusa together, play all 4 quarters like that, that is a dang good football team, and good things will happen. And also stressing the fact that it's football. We're going to have fun with it. I mean, as much time and blood, sweat, and tears as we put into it, it's got to be fun. So having that type of atmosphere around, and then adding to that, every single time you put your hand down in the grass, down in the turf, you never know which play is going to be your last. So give it your all. Have fun out there, because it could end just like that. And kind of putting that pressure with having fun starts building and starts festering into something great, And I think that's where our team identity is right now. And just every practice we get, I think adds to it, and it's our coaching staff. I think it's one of them things that's what we preach at practice. Hey, we did this, we messed up here, we didn't do right here, we missed this. Let's build on that. Let's correct the mistakes, and then keep adding to it every practice we get. I think we're getting a little better. I haven't had a practice yet. We haven't had a practice yet where we kind of just said, a wasted day. We kind of took a step back. Every practice we've been feeling, we're getting the job done, what we're supposed to be doing.
Levi, let me ask you, as a senior player on this team and playing in rivalry games like Pickens, what is practice like this week for you as a coming into this game against Pickens? How much do you look forward to this game Friday night with going up against this team?
I mean, in reality, it's just another game, but it's also intensified. So, I mean, it's a rivalry, so it's going to be bigger. The stands are going to be more full. But in reality, it's just another game. You just got to play it like any other game.
You got to play it like any other game. Is that something you're instilling in some of the younger players that may be getting hyped up or emotionally, charged up for this game? Is, hey guys, it's another football game Friday night. We got to go treat it like any football game.
I don't think we really have any guys that are too over their head about getting all pumped about it, because everyone's pretty much level about it. They're at their plateau, so they're all doing pretty good about it. They're not anyone just overwhelmed about it. We're doing a pretty good job. We're just doing what we're doing in practice, and it's working pretty good.
As leadership's concerned on the field this year, going through what the team has up to this point, are you feeling good that the guys are buying in? Coach talks about the hard work. I know you guys are putting the hard work in, but do you see the guys starting to buy into everything, and that practice, like Coach said, coming along and getting an identity for the team?
Yeah, we're definitely buying in more. I don't know, practice has been a lot better the past 2 weeks. It's just been getting better at practice every day. I mean, going harder in the drills, running around, having more fun while we're at it, and it's just been better.
Coach, leadership. This question came to me today from someone that has graduated from Gilmer, been on the team, played on the team, and this individual said, you know what, there needs to be leadership on the field. Are you seeing some of the guys step up as leaders on the field?
Yeah, 100%. We had a couple of the seniors who, after everything they've been through, you see them at practice, they pull the rest of the team up. And it's not even verbal, it's by action. And the younger kids look up and see that. So, example with Levi this week, and I noted this just in my mind, I hadn't even said this to him yet, but when we started going through Monday's practice and today's practice, I noticed that he was running from drill to drill. And then all them younger guys were kind of started to walk, and then all of a sudden, instead of us screaming out, hustle, run off the field, all that, I started seeing the younger guys try to keep up or start jogging along beside him. And that's something, just those little things that coaches look for in leadership, and not just in one person, but in the team concept. And then Greg here also doesn't stop. At practice, he goes through the entire practice. His whole body is drenched, and you can just tell in his face that he worked today, that he got work in today. And when the younger kids look and see that, I'm starting to see the younger JV freshmen, sophomores starting to come along and start taking that pride and just watching that and starting to pick it up a little bit more leadership-wise throughout the entire team.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because that is one of the questions that came to me from a former player, and they said, the coaching on the sideline is obviously the major part of it, but once you get out on the field, he said, I remember we have to get out there as seniors. There has to be leadership on the field.
Right. And
that was something that he wanted to know, if there was stepping up on the field as leaders.
Yeah, and that's what I tell the kids. Friday, essentially, our job is done as coaches. We're trying to do everything through the week of coaching them up, putting them in the right spot. Friday's time to play and have fun. Yeah, we're going to watch and see what they're doing, what formation they're in, and all that kind of stuff. But that's corrections, and we can work on that throughout the game, coming off the field, telling us what they see, and then fixing something if we have to, adjusting at halftime. But other than that, Friday, that's why we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to get ready for Friday. So our job as coaches is to get all that type of stuff done and let the kids be leaders out on the field and go play and have fun.
We're going to take another brief break. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching Gilmer Bobcats Turf Talk here at Circuit World in East LJ. Again, FYNTV.com. And when we get back, we're going to talk to Mr. Engler and let him get in on this as far as practicing this week to take on the rival Pickens Dragons as soon as we return.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The summer sell down is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper with huge savings up to 16% off MSRP. Save over $4,100 off Malibu Limited, now just $19,500. Save $9,500 on loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT, now only $38,700. Save up to 16% off MSRP on select new Chevys in stock during the summer sell down, going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Right now at Pizza Hut, you can get any 2 medium pizzas for $6.99 each. Get any toppings, any crust flavor, anything you want for just $6.99 each. And sweeten the deal with a Hershey's Triple Chocolate Brownie for just $5.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
Went through every one of that photo. We're back. I'm your host, BKP, and you're watching FYN TV. We're here at Circuit World in East LJ, and it's Gilmer Bobcats Turf Talk. I'm here with head coach Casey Wingard, also offensive line coach Dennis Wilson. Kel Kiker and Austin Lacey were our guests earlier, but they had to go play some kind of softball game or something, get out of here. That was
senior night.
Senior night. They made some
go watch the girls
get out of here. But they left us with Mr. Seabolt, Levi Seabolt, and Greg Engler here, our guests. Greg, before we left, we've been talking about rivalry football. I don't know, some reason this guy's Noah's name came to thought. I don't know why that just came up. Huh? I don't know why.
I don't know. Somebody was wanting to be compared with
okay.
Noah from a couple years ago, the tight end. And
yeah, I'm just better. That's all.
Just better.
Yeah.
Are you better? Are you better looking?
Inside,
too? Better looking too.
All the above, right?
We're just
there you go,
sure
Noah. We gave you
there
the
you
shout
go.
out. Talk about Mr. Engler. Talk about preparing the leadership role. Coach, talk. You guys are working hard. I know both you guys. I've seen you guys work hard, but you're working hard on the field, on the practice field, taking it to the game. What about preparing for this week, the rivalry game against Pickens?
I mean, you just look at it like any other game. It's Pickens. Don't like them, but I mean, you just gotta play and hopefully make plays.
Well, there you go. There you go. What are you seeing this week, your offensive line coach? What are you seeing in their defense in their first 4 games? I think they have had 4 games. Outside of one game that they got up around 30, their defense is not giving up a lot of points. They've been pretty solid on defense. They are 1-3, but they've played some pretty tough teams. What are you looking at on your offensive line to try to get? Last week, total offense is only around 200 yards. What are you looking on your offensive line going against them to try to get the ball moving this week?
We just got to keep working and doing what we do. I mean, it's when I look at things, I want to say, when I watch film and go back and look, I say, guys, we got to do this, we got to do that. Let's work on this and let's work on that. Let's keep getting better at the things we do. There's no, you can't just all of a sudden change things, especially offensive line. Especially a full 360. You can't do that. You just got to take what the kids know already, polish it, maybe cut a corner here and cut a corner there and sand it up and just keep working it until you finally get the final product. So every Friday night, we want to see it better and better and better. Like they're saying, it's another Friday night, but it's Pickens. It's a little ramped up a little bit more. I'm seeing it from yesterday and today's practice alone. They're seeing things. They're working out. They're just getting a little faster, getting a little better at what they do.
Coach, what do you say, Coach Wingard, against Pickens? To me, they are putting the yards up there. They have been around the 400-yard mark in a game. Not quite as explosive as they've been in the past.
Right.
So what are you looking at on their offensive side for your defense, and then vice versa as far as getting the ball moving against them Friday night?
Well, defensively, swarming to the ball, gap sound, technique, being able to come out and line up in the formations. They do a very good job of that. Parker is very, very good at what he does. And it's fun for coaches to watch and try to break the film down and try to put together a defensive plan and all that, because it is a lot thrown at you. So defensively, if we can get 11 hats to the ball and get lined up in the right technique, I think we're going to have a lot of success, hopefully. Offensively, getting the ball moving, I think it's back to what Coach was saying, taking that first step, getting our pad level down, running our feet on contact. Once you make contact, your feet need to be on fire, and then finish through the blocks to the echo of the whistle. And then receivers being able to stick a route, find open grass, and catch the ball, bring it in. I think if all those things work together, and we've seen little bits and pieces of it throughout the games that we've played, we just need to tie it all together now. And I think that's going to be our focus this week, and that's our challenge come Friday with Pickens, because they are a phenomenal football team.
I know you're probably going to tell me this is a Friday night game time decision, and I'll be prepared for that answer. But the last 2 games, it looks like you're working and your offense around David Smith. Is that a decision you've made to work around him and practice this week with him? And are you moving the ball more consistently? You see some things coming together, working with him consistently?
Yes, working with him consistently. We still have a little bit of wrinkles that we've been putting in on the defensive side, working him in on the defensive side as well. So now he's kind of going both ways, and I think that'll help us out Friday night.
So there's still a lot of game time decisions, right? Yeah, okay. All right, Coach. Yeah, all right. Guys, we ready for Friday night?
Yes.
What have you been working on this week? I know you're a senior, and you have you put a lot into this, Levi, and I just want to say personally to you, I'm very proud of you. I've watched you play for several years, and I know you work hard. But what have you worked on this week that you said, hey, I can do better at? I'm going to challenge myself to work on. What have you been working on?
Just more running around and having fun.
I was going to say picnic tables in class.
Running around and having fun?
Just more like getting faster, running around, having fun, just playing at a faster speed.
What about you this week? What have you been working on? What have you said, hey, I'm going to pick it up another notch, or I'm going to work on this, or I'm going to focus on this?
Pass rush.
Pass
on
rush?
defense and just catching the ball on offense.
Well, guys, we wish you well Friday night. It's a big game. It's a rivalry game. Don't miss it. They will be at Huff Mosley Stadium, 7:30. Come out and support the team. The Bobcats will be hosting the Pickens Dragons. The Pickens Dragons, again, this will be their first region game. They had a bye week, so this will be their first region game. And the Bobcats, this will be their second. We're talking Quad A Region 6. Don't forget, this will be the 58th meeting between these two schools. I'm your host, BKP. You've been watching Gilmer Bobcats Turf Talk with head coach Casey Wingard and offensive coordinator Dennis Wilson here. We thank them. We thank Shane's Rib Shack for the meal. And also, don't forget, come into Circuit World here at East LJ. Tell them you watch Turf Talk. Just say Bobcats, Fetch Your News, something. They'll take care of you on the counter, give you a special discount. Again, we'll see you next week. Don't miss Friday night. Oh, by the way, 8 a.m. FYN TV, 8 a.m. Your host, BKP. I do a little news and opinion. You never know what'll happen. Tune in. Talk to you later.